All right, good people. It's your man EG with the EG My Journey podcast. Probably the best podcast on the globe. I got some of my goons in the building. Whoa. But look, we're going to get back to it in just a second. I'll introduce him in just a little bit. But for right now, good people, it's your man again, EG, with the EG My Journey podcast. And right now, I got the people that practically saved my life, that were there to be my gunners, my shooters, my cutters, you name it. They were right there in the midst of my journey. Remember, this is EG My Journey. Again, of course, it's not all about me. It's about the journey in itself. But this is probably the last installation of it being just about me. You know, this journey being about my personal journey. I'll give you a little bit of little tidbits throughout the way as we go on throughout the years. Yeah, I said it. We're going to be here and we're going to be through this thing. We ain't going nowhere. So I'm surrounded by, I always say very special, but these people are extremely, extremely special. My group is a foursome, but right now we are three the hard way. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you all over there that's looking live.
I'm trying.
Listen, but we three the hard way. Bring it up a little bit. Bring it down. I mean, like the top. Bring it down.
This part?
Yeah, you can bend that.
Oh yeah. Oh,
she's so special.
Oh, okay. Wait. How?
She all in the got the people all in the studio.
Show me. Show me. Oh, okay. All right.
There we go. They look like a studio. Oh, there I go. I'm live. I'm out here in these pieces. So at any rate, these are my I don't want to say saviors, but they are the people that held me down. When I didn't have a voice and I had nothing to say, didn't know what to say. They were the voice for my care and my life a little bit over a year ago. And then I'll just go around a little bit. I'm not gonna ask y'all to say nothing about yourselves this time. I'm gonna say it right here. I have my lovely, beautiful wife, Miss Mika George, in the building, and then she is on live as well. Now I got my little sister, the middle little sister, because I'm the oldest. Delise in the building.
I'm in this piece.
There she go. And then I got my big sister, which is my little big sister, my big little sister. I don't know how we do this. I can't remember how my lie goes.
Well, you're normally our little
big brother.
Big brother.
Yeah, but I'm lying. Y'all got it. Y'all know what to say. But at any rate, we in here and we just want to talk about. I just want to give you guys a little bit more about my personal journey. I want to let you know where another piece of where I've been and how we get to this point. So here comes the questions. Here comes the questions.
I don't know where to put this thing.
Put it wherever, man.
I know.
It don't matter. There you go. Just do whatever you do.
I ain't the cameraman.
Shoot, it's your life.
So It was probably back in, I think, listen, let me say this before I even start. My dates are crazy. So don't count my dates. My timeline is nuts. So that's why I depend on. Anyway, I think it was back in May 19th is when I really started. I remember that date. Really started on the journey of getting well. I had been feeling a certain kind of way. And if you watch the other podcasts, you can go ahead and look at it. You go look at the origin story 1 through 3, 4. I don't know how many we have right now. But anyway, you can go back and check out those other podcasts and you will be able to probably get a better timeline than I could tell you right now. But around May 19th, I went into the hospital. Did I go to the hospital or was that when I started going to the doctor?
Started going to the doctor.
Okay.
Went to ER.
I went to ER that day. And I think I had a EKG and I had every test.
EKG and all the blood work.
All of the blood work. And I had a ultrasound.
Ultrasound.
No. That's when I didn't. That's the only one I didn't. That's the baby test, right?
Yeah.
Ultrasound. The
Yeah,
pregnancy
that's
test. All right.
Not the baby test.
You can have ultrasounds in other places.
Right. Talk into your mic.
I did.
All right, my bad. I just want to hear you. So anyway, I think the only test that they didn't do was the ultrasound. I think maybe at that point they could have gotten if they
No.
would have started doing.
I'm sorry. They did do the ultrasound, but they didn't do the ultrasound of your leg.
No, I think they did a CAT scan.
Whatever they did, they didn't
Do nothing in my legs.
in the proper place.
Right,
They
Gotcha.
were looking for blood clots in the upper body
right,
instead of the lower body.
Right.
right.
Now, was that when I went to the hospital? And no, that was the second. That was the first time
That was the first
you were
time.
in the hospital with me.
Mhm.
And then the second time in the hospital,
Marlowe went.
y'all went.
Mhm.
All you,
And my-
Delise, and Mama.
Mhm.
So it was my mother, and my two sisters.
That was also the time when they said that it was acid reflux. Remember?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Acid reflux. Wow. so I had all kind of stuff going and nothing at the same time.
But in that visit, that D-dimer was high. And by the time I made it there, I told the doctor that the D-dimer was high,
Mhm.
which says you have the blood clot.
Mhm.
And they said they didn't see anything.
So
So that the blood clots had been there.
Yeah.
So that's what the D dimer is. The D dimer is a test that signifies that you have.
Something in your blood that signifies you have blood clots building.
Gotcha. Good. I'm just trying to keep it together, man. Just trying to keep it together.
Y'all can't see. He's pushing mics in there.
I want y'all to hear my peoples. You know what I'm saying? This is important information. So as I went to, as I was in there, so let's just go to the second time. I think it was a bit more serious because the second time is where I was really scared. You know, I was.
Wait, babe, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
After all of those hospital visits, doctor visits, they kept them in the hospital for
4 days. The first time.
7 days.
Really?
Friday to Friday.
No. The first time.
Friday to Friday. From the time I got out the hospital.
No. I'm talking about that first time. Because remember they put me in the hospital. It was like 3 or 4 days. And it was like way before or something. Maybe that was
timeline off.
No. Maybe that was another time. Maybe that was. I don't know. Shoot.
No.
At any rate, so we're going for the first. It's this
He
7
was
day
in the
time.
hospital for 7 days and nobody thought to research that D-dimer or the swelling or the not eating or anything, no matter how many times Marlowe was there telling them, we need to do this. My sister was there.
Mhm.
Terry was there. Everybody was there. It was almost like, we just going to let him rest.
Yeah.
And rest wasn't the thing, you know, and it wasn't at that point, you know, what really would alarm me now, because then it didn't, because at the point I was kind of blank and bland at that point.
Yeah, you were gone.
But that's when I had what? How many blood transfusions I had in the beginning? What was it 4 the first time? So 4 was on the West Bank.
Wait, was it 4 or more?
It was
I thought it was
on the West Bank.
7. Yeah, because I know I had
7 on the West Bank, and I think you had 4 on the East Bank.
And yeah.
so that right there is that's alarming. Here it is. I have 7 blood clots.
So,
I'm sorry.
Transfusions.
Don't worry about that. 7 transfusions, blood transfusions, and they still didn't.
with no explanation.
With no
Yeah,
explanation.
they didn't know actually where the blood was even going.
Exactly. I didn't lose any blood. I'm just getting blood transfusions, and you know, it just didn't make any sense. And I guess from me being in hindsight, looking at where you guys must have been, because again, I was out of it. I'm sure y'all were like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, we were.
They couldn't even tell us that he wasn't producing blood.
Mhm.
Like, it was just nothing.
They were just saying he needs
He
blood.
needs blood.
Yes.
His levels
He
are
needs
low.
blood.
His levels are low. He needs blood.
And then
what? And then it was a special kind of blood.
Yes.
yeah,
So we had to wait for the blood to come from
The East Bank.
the East Bank.
Mhm.
right.
Then
And then
3
they had to do
hours.
certain things to this special blood.
Yeah,
And if you didn't use it in a certain time, you had to start over.
Yeah, it was only an hour. I found out later that they had to, an hour to oxygenate the blood and get it. If we're talking about time, you're talking about 20, 25 minutes away.
From the time it left from the hospital.
And then it had to come directly to me to get inside my body.
Yeah.
God made you special, baby.
Yeah, shoot, I am special. And then what's crazy is I had to have 7 of those.
Yeah.
You know, which was probably one of the determining factors of when I had to go back into the hospital a few days later, why we went to the East Bank, to the main campus.
Yeah.
And that was a funny night.
What, that night we went to?
Because my sister kept saying, okay, we're passing up the West Bank.
Oh, yeah.
You sure you can make it to the East Bank?
It was like, don't ever go to the West
No,
Bank again.
and she was actually like, you sure you? Because remember I said, just go to the West Bank.
And she was like,
Yeah.
I don't know about that. You sure?
Because we had
I'm
already
gonna bring
said.
you where you want to go, but are you sure?
We weren't going to do the West Bank again.
Ever.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, that was a little scary too, because my leg had swollen probably the same size all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is
how we got to the hospital.
Right. Because I looked at my leg. I think we were watching a movie or something, and I was like, "Ooh."
Then you got up to walk and say, "Ooh,
look at that."
My leg is big and it's tight. It's so funny. I'm gonna go lay down. Okay. I walked to the bathroom. I said,
"Nah, player.
I'm gonna go to the hospital.
Let's go." And there we was.
Yeah.
Again.
A week later?
Right quick.
Was it a week later?
A week later.
A week
I
later.
don't know if it was a whole week. I think it was 4 days.
It was like 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
When he finally started feeling better and getting up and moving around.
Right, because I wasn't really walking or nothing, you know. But then when we got to the new hospital, well, it was a whole nother ordeal.
The new hospital.
And that's
Right.
where Marrow comes in.
Yeah. So if I can, let me backtrack a little bit. I want to go to that second ER stay in the hospital. How did Delise? What were your thoughts when you came in the room? I know it was dark. I think at the time when y'all came in, I was by myself.
When
I was
Mama and everybody came.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I think I was in pain, right?
You were in pain, but then at the same time, it was something that you weren't talking.
Yeah, I couldn't talk. Yeah.
So my thoughts were, this boy gonna die.
Lord.
It wasn't looking good.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. We can
when the
laugh
doctor
and joke
came and
about it
said,
now.
Everything has changed. Good luck.
Wait.
Good luck.
Put your head down first. It's like the Grim Reaper had walked into the room.
I'm like, good luck.
The hell?
Hands clenched, and he had everything but the hood on. Like,
Man.
good luck. And what the bad part about that was, then he went into a funk like, let me get my business in order.
Who did?
You did.
Oh, you know what? Mika said that.
Yeah, you did.
It was like, wait, let you get your
He started
business
talking
in
about
order.
We got to get the life insurance together, and everything is together. We have life insurance. We have all of that. Well, what are we going to tell the children? We're not telling the children nothing.
Yeah, he was ready to have the talks, start giving away stuff, and
Tell my cousin he can have my shoestrings.
and that's when your emotional advocate comes in place.
Yeah.
It's like wrong, you're in the wrong space, bro. Wrong space, but you went there
You
really
went there
quick,
real fast.
real
But,
quick.
Really?
but I get it though.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, not knowing what's
next?
going on,
Mhm.
they're not giving you any hope,
Right.
saying you could probably do this or you could probably do that.
Yeah.
No, it was, well, if you did this, that would be bad. It was like,
Yeah.
there was just no
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah,
Did I
they
tell y'all
sucked.
the night that he had a crisis and he called crying, telling me to tell the children he loved them.
Yeah,
What?
that was when I
Oh,
went
that's
home
when
for
the-
that
that's
minute.
when the
Yeah.
nurse-
For that minute.
Went home for
Yeah,
that minute.
she was doing her own thing. She didn't
She
want to be
lost
there.
her
And
phone.
No, not that day.
No, it was that nurse.
It was that nurse.
It was that nurse.
The girl that
It
was
was
the
the one
temp
said,
nurse?
I don't like being a nurse.
Oh, and I thought it was
nurse.
It
after
was
that.
her. No.
When I had to call the hospital and tell them you were in a crisis.
Oh yeah, that was.
Yeah, he called and said, "Tell the children I love them. I don't think I'm gonna make it.
Oh Lord.
I don't think." And then I'm drained still on trying to get myself
Right,
together
right.
to the hospital. It was mess.
Yeah. So I mean, again, those are the things that I'm glad I don't remember.
Yeah.
Because those were those dark moments. That and you just never know, man. And I think it was maybe a day or two later when I said, you know what, I'm done, because I just shared with another friend of mine that it was at that crisis moment where I was like, I was mad at God. I was like, look, I don't know if I was mad, but I was arguing with God.
Yeah.
I was definitely arguing with God. Like, not like this. It's not like this. This ain't gonna happen like this.
Well, tell me something.
Yeah.
Can you just tell me something?
Just give me a little
Get a
whisper.
peek.
Yeah.
And but that was that time, where I started this segment of the podcast was the loneliness of sickness and disease.
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of the times where you really get into it, and you are in a circumstance, and don't matter who's around you,
Yeah.
You still feel lonely because can't nobody take that diagnosis for you.
Or bear that pain.
Ain't nobody bear the pain. And and so forth and so on. When they're saying things, you might have all the cheerleaders in the world, but a cheerleader ain't gonna keep you on this side of the heavens. That ain't it. So, and I think that's probably why I went into the automated protection role and protecting my family, and tell my babies I love them and all that kind of stuff.
But honestly, your cheerleaders did keep you over on this side of the road.
It did, absolutely.
Because
We kept you going.
Yeah, and not only kept him going, we kept all them doctors and them nurses in check. Because if we'd went by what they were saying,
right,
Yeah.
or
And we
doing,
kept going into their notes. So when we
Yeah.
go into the notes, your notes got to be right.
yes,
And we wasn't taking nothing. But what that
Right.
mean?
so
You didn't tell us he had that.
so let me say this. You have my wife, who is an educational administrator. You have my sister Delise, who is
27
nursing
years.
and surgical and all that kind of stuff in the medical industry. And then you have my sister over here, Marrow, who is LPC, NCC, and something else, all them letters. Who's a counselor, mental health counselor, and then my sister-in-law, LaDonna, who is kind of like the savant of everything. She just she was on point with with the masses, and we were all, with a team like that. I was like, it did make me feel better. It made me a bit more comfortable. Again, I go back to the day we had the meeting with the doctor, the Nigerian doctor.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
Ooh, ooh.
They lit into this guy, and rightfully so. And I was almost feeling sorry for him, but it was
He
rightfully
so scared. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was
scared.
terrified.
The ladies in there before he came to the room. The ladies in there. Yeah, we here.
But see, but the thing is with that, those other people sent him in
Yeah.
because they felt like he was like us.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like go handle them.
Mm-hmm.
But we handled him.
But I don't even know if it was a go handle them. I think it may have been a
appease.
Ye-
Go appease
like-
them.
that too, but I think it was more of a they I don't want no troubles. You know what I'm
If
saying?
they see you, it'll be a different. They'll handle you a
They
different
may,
kind of way.
but these guys, they strong, and it's like they might know a little something. You might not know. They didn't know the pedigree that was in the room.
Yeah.
They had
But-
no idea.
But when they came in and when they left, they knew. It wasn't no doubts about it. Like this is what it is.
We're still reading those till this day. The doctor's notes have
Right.
become very much more detailed.
I
Oh yeah,
bet.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
bet.
Yeah. One of the notes is that we don't mess with them.
And
So
know your stuff.
you better come in there.
They're
You
gonna
better
ask questions.
you better know it.
Yeah.
You better know it.
Ask questions. Yeah.
His advocates are his wife, his sisters. That's in the note. Advocates are his
Yeah.
wife and his
Really?
sisters.
Yeah, absolutely. And sister-in-law.
Wow.
So it's for me, it's comforting to know that that there's something that I have. And again, this show is about, if you're going through any type of crisis, any type of journey, or whatever that might be, man, get some people around you that love you.
Absolutely.
Because they can see what you can't. A lot of the stuff I could not see. Well, most of it
And
I couldn't
hold
see.
people accountable.
And that's what they did. They
Mhm.
held
Yeah.
every single person that came in there accountable.
Right.
On another podcast, we talked about them drawing and pulling blood from me, and how it's hard to draw my blood. It's not easy because
when Oak came in there at 3:00 in the morning.
who's that?
Oak, I don't remember the old man name. Who had
Oh,
been
yeah, he was
drawing
fine.
blood
Oh, the guy, he
for
was
30 years. He's
amazing.
Yeah, he was.
Come on, let me
He was
get that
amazing.
blood.
I got you.
Yeah, he was amazing.
I don't know why. And then I think we asked for him.
We did.
Like-
we started
We
asking
started
for
asking.
him.
But then we didn't get him
He
no
was
more.
From that 7 wall.
That's the one who had the Doppler.
Now,
that?
Okay, that's perfect for my lawn guy to be cutting my grass in the middle of my podcast. But I know y'all probably can't hear, because they can't hear that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's cutting in and out. But we sure can hear it.
Well, we should act like we don't hear it.
Well, it's too late now.
It's too late because we all
Now y'all know. So at any rate, it is again, I say again that it is important for you guys to have advocates, have that loved one, somebody
Yeah.
to give you
Mhm.
that second look at what's I'm sorry, guys. Even though y'all can't hear it, I can hear it.
And for advocates, it's important to try to hold your emotions together.
Yeah.
Until you leave.
Yes.
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 That's very important because the whole time your patient is going to feed off of your
That's
emotions.
right.
And I never saw
He never
Any of
saw
us.
none of
anybody
y'all.
cry.
Nope.
Never broke.
Never saw it.
Nope.
Only
Any character.
person I heard break was Mama.
Well, she had every right to break because she came in at a time when he was in crisis.
Yeah.
And I couldn't warn her because I was standing over him praying, and she walked in.
Oh,
And when she walked in, she was like,
what's going on?
"What's going on?" I said, "He's in a crisis." And she was trying to talk, and he couldn't talk because he was crying and in pain. And so she
Y'all
had
gonna
every
stop telling
right.
people I was crying.
She had
He was
every right.
crying.
He was crying.
He was crying.
And Mama had every right to be crying with him.
Yeah.
That crisis moment was, again, I can't explain the pain, but I can explain the moment, because that's a moment that I'll never forget.
And it was 3 of them.
No, it was 4.
4 until I told
No.
him about the bolus.
Yeah, but the 4th one, remember, the 4th one was in surgery.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was actually the first one. So when I went into that second surgery,
And they said he woke up in the middle of it.
Yeah.
yeah. And I remembered that because I was on my stomach, and I remember waking up and both of my legs just popping up because I was in such pain. While I'm in surgery, they literally
Yeah.
in my leg. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wait a minute.
and
Am I
then
supposed to be awake?
and then I can remember them saying, somebody said, "Oh." That wasn't comforting to me. That wasn't comforting at all. What you mean? Oh, could you please contain yourself or something?
Right. Right.
But it was it was scary, man. It was scary. But you know when it got scary for me? After. Like way after. Like when I was in the hospital, I wasn't scared. I guess because I was doped up.
I was
They
getting
have
ready to
any
say.
emotions.
You
don't know if
very
he was
dope.
All
scared.
the meds you were on.
He had one moment, a breakdown, when he felt like I should not have been taking care of him.
Right.
I'm a grown man. Like, why you got to take care of him? Now, that's what we're supposed to do,
Mm-hmm.
regardless.
Mm.
And that's why a lot of the grown men leave this world, because they think they can do it on their own.
That's
Right.
a true story.
Right. And that's the point of this advocate point.
True story.
Advocate statement. Men, now I'm gonna speak to you, man. If you got issues, man, get somebody. There is somebody, even if it's one of your boys, family, whomever.
And shout out to the real boys who stepped in, came and visited, even if it
Yeah.
was just to lay eyes on him.
Yeah, absolutely.
They
Absolutely.
made They travel far.
Yeah.
They got off planes and came straight here, come
Right.
from trips. They made it. He don't even remember who was there. But boys from 10 years old made sure if they didn't come, they checked. So shout out to all of the boys.
Yeah. Shout out to all my guys, man. You know, and it's something that when you're going through a situation like this is what really shows you, you know, the people that love you.
Yeah.
You might not talk to them every day, but that's not the important part. You know, it's that they're there, you know. And it was you know, I remember some, and then I know some that came, some that told me later.
Right. Or we told you.
Oh, y'all told me that. Yeah, you know, this one was here because I'm gonna tell you, some people, you might have told me, I still don't remember them there. And I was, man, again, I'm gonna go back to me being so drugged up. I had I don't want to talk about that on camera.
What? Oh, that moment?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it was,
Shower
Don't worry
moment?
about that moment.
yeah, showers.
Shower
A
moment.
shower moment. Anyway, shit, don't worry about it. Whatever you think it is, that's what it is. Don't worry about nothing else.
It was a moment.
Love.
I remember T.D. Vanessa came and sat for about 2 hours.
And he had no
Did she?
idea.
No clue.
Yes.
Yeah, you had no clue. No clue. And talked to her.
It was
Come
so
on.
bad.
But
It
that's
was-
what my boy said.
That happened to me too, though, because I was there and people was there, and I was falling asleep on the people because I was still drugged up.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
That's-
exactly.
But that's what Sean said. Sean said, man, I'll be up there. I come there and I talk to you, and 2 minutes later, you just out.
Sean was coming every other day, every 2 days. he
Yeah.
was there.
And then you just pop up and you talking like you ain't never was sleep. Don't worry about it. I did say you ain't never was. It's all good though.
It's all good on this
Uh,
podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, you know, I big shout out to all those people who showed love, because it was important,
Yeah,
and it was
Advocates are important.
detrimental to my life.
it was.
You know, and you know, so at first I was like, you know, it really helped me. No, I'm gonna tell y'all, I you're here now. I thank y'all because I really appreciate y'all, like really, because that was a time, man.
was. And I think it meant a lot to us too.
Yeah, I
To
agree.
see
I can see
people,
that.
You know, show up just to show love.
Yeah,
Not
Right.
that they could do anything, not that they understood.
right. And it was
Just show up and
yeah.
show love.
Other than
Yeah.
people that thought they knew everything, and
Yeah.
Anyway, because we had some of them too. And-
Doctors,
Mm-mm.
doctors with no degrees.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's
Well,
a good
we
way to
love
put it.
y'all too.
We love all y'all. I appreciate all of y'all. Everybody that came to share their energy with me. Everybody that came to just be a part of what I like to call the love story. You know, oh, that might be the name of my book, The Love
Going through
Story.
the love
I'm just
story.
saying. I don't know.
Hot.
Anyway, but it was definitely that, because it wasn't the type of love that, you know, people would think, you know, it's like, it's not an in love story, but the love story, because it was nothing but love in there and shared.
And
Yeah.
people always doubt how much love means, but love can really nurse somebody back to health.
Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
Oh,
absolutely.
exactly.
It changes everything.
Yeah, because it's energy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's energy.
And you were asking for people to bring their
You
energy.
sure
That's
did.
exactly what I was asking
Mhm,
for. That
mhm.
was exactly what I was
Yeah,
asking for.
Yeah,
Because I knew that's what I need.
yeah.
I knew I needed people to come really, really share.
And I was calling
Themselves.
the boys. Wait, what you doing? Go pay Dank a visit today.
Yeah.
I called Shane. I called JD.
And they all showed up.
Everybody
Shane
showed
Jr.,
up.
Yeah.
Shane Williams, John Dixon, my guys, Roger Gray, of course, Sean Snyder and Gerard and
Aaron, Dana, everybody. We don't want
Yeah.
to call names because we don't want to forget anybody.
Sonny, Aaron and his wife. Man, they came a couple of times, and they always came with something in their hands.
With goodies.
Yeah, always with the goodies. And that's another thing. My goodie basket, my goodie drawer was absolutely terrible. That's when they didn't love it.
Ariane bought all the candy.
Yes, Ariane
All
came
the
and bought
treats.
all the good stuff, man.
All the stuff he didn't need.
When-
Sugar.
right. But when people would come, I'd be like, you want some goodies? Look at my goodie drawer.
Pull that
He
drawer
was the
open, it would be
candy
like
man.
the candy lady. Yeah.
I was Miss Mutt.
And look, don't forget that wonderful person that bought your German chocolate cake.
Man, did I even eat it though?
No.
No, she's still fussing about that.
I think that's why I say
No,
that, because she told me
either-
She
something.
begged for it.
Either Marlo or my mama said he's not going to eat it. I said, but he
I
wants
kept saying
it.
he's not going to eat
And I
the
kept
cake.
saying, but he wants it. So the visitors ate it.
Well, that was energy.
Yeah,
That was
my dad got a
energy in that
piece
cake. Yeah, that was the energy in the cake. That was because the people that came that did get some, they absolutely loved it, and that's delicious cakes.
The craziest part, you know, I was thinking about this the other day that all of his nurses were named Brittany. Remember that?
Yeah, it was like,
All of his nurses
3 of them. Yeah,
were named Brittany.
Yeah.
Even when you went to the step down unit, her name was Brittany as well.
Yep. The one young lady that was at West Bank, I think she was my overnight nurse.
Yes, I know exactly who you. I don't remember her
Philippine.
name.
I think she was Philippine
Yes.
girl. Man, she was
really good.
fire. She was amazing. You know which one I'm talking about?
I don't remember her
Yeah,
name.
we talked about doing something for her.
I thought we talked a lot about doing something for Brittany.
Well, I mean, that's a lot of Britney's. So
Yeah. Well, Brittany that really had the relationship
The
with the
pregnant
doctor
Brittany.
that really
that changed it.
that really
Yeah.
changed the game.
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
was in tune, man. She was
Yeah.
really in tune, and she took
She got a little too in tune. We had to sit her down a minute. A little too in tune. We had to come on, real back
Why we
in,
keep jumping?
Brittany.
What's going on?
Come back in, Brittany.
Anyway, but no, it was a very special time, and after was crazy too. I remember coming home.
Shout out to Jerry.
Shout out to Jerry. Jerry came in the building. My guy Gerald Love Jr. He came in and spent time. He came once or twice? Just once.
Oh no, I think he came a couple of times.
Okay, just probably. And I say this all the time. One of the most brilliant people that I know. Nevertheless, y'all take a shot. Shot time.
Shot.
But back to what's at hand.
What's next?
What's next? What you mean?
What's next for you? We've given all these stories.
I'm lost.
What is the next? Where are
What's
you
your
on
next
your
move? She's
What are
saying.
you on your journey? Where are you on your journey?
Oh, well, I'm not really. I don't know.
No, we didn't stump him, did we?
You did.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know where I am on my journey. So right now, I just had a bone marrow biopsy. About 2 weeks ago. Yeah, about 2 weeks ago. And the word is that there's progression in the disease, and they want to do the bone marrow transplant, which is a stem cell transplant.
Yeah.
Before the end of the year. So we'll see. We have an appointment tomorrow, but if you're watching this, it's going to be yesterday. So we'll come back and probably give you some more information on what's happening or not. You know, you can check the website or whatever, and we'll keep you guys up. Remember, I said I want to be transparent in what's going on, just so people can be blessed. And before this, I was told that there was not one donor in the entire world for a transplant. And I know that might sound kind of what's a good word? Morbid for some of you guys, but man, look.
God made you special.
I'm special. I ain't even tripping. I'm special. So with that, we've
heard worse.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we can probably point fingers at.
So now
Right.
there's a mixed match.
Yeah, there is a mismatch that is. I don't know where they are, but it doesn't matter. That they're checking and they're testing. So we'll find out more information on tomorrow.
There's a new medication. So if you choose to do the mismatch, the medication after makes it as if it's a match.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You missed that part.
Did
I
you
missed that
say, oh, okay?
I missed that
He
part.
zones out.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah.
somebody
When that
always when they
He
start
has to
talking, he
Yeah.
zones out.
Yeah.
Somebody always
Yeah.
has to be with.
Yeah, they treat me like I'm a child
There you go.
and that I don't understand.
We treat him like he checks out and zones out,
does.
and
And I
wait
do.
for us to explain
Yeah.
to him what's next.
But that's like most patients, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
deal with the same thing
It's
with
overwhelming.
But
It's very
just-
overwhelming
No.
as a breast cancer patient.
What
My
he's
sister had
understanding
to
is
write
that-
everything down for me.
Yeah, once it's you in that seat,
Yeah.
and you have somebody else sitting on side of you,
Yeah.
then you know, oh, they got,
They got
this.
it.
Right.
Mhm.
They got
Right.
it. So now he's comfortable with like, I ain't got to
Yeah,
worry
because
about none of this.
when I would go with him when it was just him and I, and the doctor would ask questions that I know he knew,
Yeah.
he would look at me.
yeah,
You know this though.
I just black
But
out.
tomorrow he says, "Oh, you don't need to take off work right now." It's
I'm
the
just
first
saying.
appointment with the transplant doctor. I'll be there. We'll discuss further appointments later.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Because they've been and talked to him for 12 minutes and he going to give you 2 minutes of information.
They said that they're gonna start tomorrow. That's what he'll tell me.
Well, start what? How they gonna do
Go
it?
read the notes. I don't know.
Right. And then that's if the notes are
Accurate.
detailed enough.
Right.
Well,
Right.
my bad. All right. Well, we'll see. We're gonna see what that's looking like. But that's the part. That's looks like the next part to tackle.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You ready?
I got the right shirt on though. My shirt says "Be great."
Be
I can't
great.
even help it.
Be great.
All y'all are coordinated and stuff,
Yeah,
and got y'all colors on, and
And it wasn't planned.
I don't know about that, but anyway.
None of us talk today.
But that's all right. I'm great. I'm great. It don't matter what they doing over here.
Great.
So it's let me see. Let me give myself a round of applause. Just because
I give it to you, shout.
that's just for me. So I want to go back into some of the times, or anytime, pick a time throughout that journey where you had to step in. I'm gonna go to Marlow, where you had to step in and really take
Control.
the reins of what was happening in that room. Any one of the rooms. There was 3 rooms. So.
The times that stick out the most to me.
Yeah.
Is when it was that daggone taking blood was driving me.
Yeah, that was.
I literally had to come out my bag, and I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to be that person.
Right.
In that room, because I didn't want to piss anybody off, because I wanted them to give you reasonable care and be kind. But man, I had to come out my bag.
And I think those the would they be phlebotomists? That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the hospital, most of them were really nice. I think they drew so much blood that they got to be disconnected.
I don't think it's so much as being disconnected, because with me being on the phone with Marlo the majority of the time, they were arrogant.
Yes.
And their egos
Okay.
was in the way.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I could do this.
Like, who are you?
How does he know his
Yes.
veins roll?
Right.
How does he know he's a hard stick?
And they don't want you to tell them their jobs. I'm a licensed phlebotomist. And when I go in, I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
So it becomes an ego thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can do this, and you're telling them, well, bring that, the Doppler, whatever they call it, bring that in. No, I can get it. We don't need this.
Yeah.
And what happens is you wind up just poking me and sticking me like I'm a pincushion
and making it worse.
Because now
Scar tissue.
I got scar tissue because I can't, like, in here is just too deep, so they couldn't, nobody could ever get me in my in the pits of my arm, my melbows. That's what that is. That's a medical term. It's a okay, it's not medical. Inside my elbow.
You don't make up a medical term.
Don't worry about that. But I can never, because it's too deep, and also the other issues I have with the rolling veins and my veins flattening out. So it's from my forearm on down to my hand. So most times they just go in my hands.
Yeah.
And I have so much scar tissue in both hands, and it's crazy.
Yeah.
It is absolutely crazy. So, I that's why I was always like, oh, this is all right. And I would never say nothing when they would try to draw my blood,
But it wasn't all right.
because I took it upon me having an issue and not them.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to put them in a bad place. You know what I'm saying?
That's just like saying you don't want a doctor in a bad place.
Yeah. Well,
They come there to have a job to do, but it just like I said, they probably was down there. Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'm the best.
Yeah.
And
then you have the 2 that knew what they were doing, that came in and got it
Right away.
no
First
problem,
stick.
no pain, no nothing.
First stick.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why it's what? They've made this so hard, but come on, let me do this. Flip, done. I'm like, damn. Once I saw that happen one time,
You knew it was possible.
I knew it was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then after that, nobody else could come in there and play with you.
Yeah, because the guy I think he came with like warm packs
Mm-hmm.
and like the machine.
Mhm.
I think maybe the Doppler or whatever, where
Yeah.
you're looking inside. It's like, all right, I got you. Oh, that's gonna be some trouble, but I'm gonna go ahead and knock that
Mhm.
out.
Yeah.
And it was like nothing. It
Yeah.
just happened.
That gave me the education
Yeah.
that I needed. Like, oh, okay.
Gotcha.
That's how that's done.
And
Oh.
and with that happening like that, it should have been charted. This is what's needed when we go into Mr. George's room.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that didn't happen.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
God, no.
we clearly know that.
No,
Yeah,
I wasn't
but that
sure.
didn't happen. That because it was, and then I was getting stuck 8 times a day. I think
It was like
every
every
2 hours. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then
No rest.
No
none
rest.
all through the night.
All
They would
throughout
just
the
come
night.
through, and just be like, and then I would think my sister sleep,
Mm-mm.
and she'd be over there with her eyes closed or whatever, and and they trying to stick it. And then the next thing I hear is, well, look, this is what you got to do, and this is this and that, and blase.
And that's all you get. You get one stick.
Yeah, ain't no, you get 2 at the most. You can't get it. Go get somebody else, or you come back.
Look,
And-
I would stand over them like this and say, "You're not gonna do it."
Yeah, you're not gonna get it. Not like
I
that.
could just see. Oh, you're not gonna get it.
No, and I would be in my head. I would just be like, flash, just telling them the thing to be in the right place,
Yeah.
just so I can get the blood out right.
But they had the right sister there though.
Yeah, I already know.
Because you would have did it yourself.
Oh, she
I
would have
just-
done it.
Act the fool.
No, I do this.
I
do
do
that.
that. Fool.
Yeah.
You know one of my best memory, and it's crazy. When a transport lady came in, y'all remember her?
The transport.
It was a black lady. At
When we were leaving.
no, you weren't leaving. You were
She was
going to take a test.
Going to
And
surgery.
What
Yeah.
locks?
I don't remember what she looked like. You remember she
that
burnt-
lady that talked a lot.
She talked a lot, but she had to rectify herself because she came in there with an attitude.
She had an attitude. That's right.
And we told that
Mm-mm.
a new one.
I remember that.
I remember her.
She had to step out the room and go gather herself and
Yeah.
came back. Oh, my baby, I didn't mean no harm.
Mhm.
We
Yeah.
know you didn't.
I don't even remember
So
that.
she probably went out that door and they were probably like, "Oh, don't mess with them."
That's not the ones. This ain't what you want.
My favorite memory was when the nurse told me, I asked for Dank's blood pressure. And she turned around and said, "Can she have your blood pressure?"
Oh Lord.
Oh
yes.
yeah, I remember that.
Oh,
I do remember that.
I remember that one
you
too. That was the one that said she didn't like being a nurse.
No, that wasn't her.
That wasn't
another
her?
one.
No.
Oh
She,
Lord, that was another.
This was one. She was really like, she didn't want to give me his temperature.
she was a CNA. This one wasn't a nurse.
Didn't want to give me his blood pressure.
All she was doing was vitals.
All she was doing was vitals. Girl, I walked down there so fast and said, "Don't send her back to that room ever."
Oh yeah, I definitely remember that.
Ever again.
A lot of them got kicked out of our room and couldn't come back. Y'all remember the
Mhm.
day I was so mad I got on Facebook Live one morning and was like, "If you don't come in here to do your job, don't come in this room."
No, you did that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, hey,
you probably was asleep.
I didn't have no. Oh, you was in the room too?
Yeah. I was pent up.
Put the people on blast.
Because it had gotten to be so horrible.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why we had the meeting. Because I sat on the phone with Marlo and I said, we need to get with Mika.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what the social worker, get with the social worker because we need to talk to his doctors. I said, so call Mika, let her know if she's okay with all of this. We need to set this up and get it done.
It was a hospital advocate lady. That lady I was ribbing.
You keep calling that lady the advocate lady.
No, that's what they called. That was her job
Oh,
title.
yeah, I know.
But she was the advocate lady. She ain't got no name. She don't have-
She got on the blouse.
she got on that blouse.
Talked about that lady clothes the whole time.
And she had just then put herself in a corner. She was like,
She was like, "This is okay. This is trouble."
this is not what I
She was
wanted.
just writing all kind of like no order. Her paper was
Oh, I remember
she
that.
was writing sideways. And
Just like she was just
no form.
doodling. She was.
Yeah.
Pencil. I was like, what is on that paper?
I think she would say, help. This is not what I signed up for.
Oh God.
And again, guys, this is why it's important, man. Again, we can look back and laugh.
No.
Now listen, we did a lot of laughing in there.
Yeah, we did.
We ain't talking about just looking back and laughing, but we did a lot of laughing in there. And by nature, we are just some clowns.
The funny thing is when we say advocacy is the doctors give you one thing. So they're giving you their medical perspective of what's going on. And they want you to take that and run with it. Where we was in there, order this test.
Yeah.
Give him this medicine.
Right.
We want him to have this. And we're not asking you, we're telling you.
Because that's how the fungal test came about.
Goes in and she said, this chemistry, this test is interfering with this medicine.
Right.
These two medicines don't go together. So he
Right.
can't take this together.
And
We need to lessen this.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
And those are very, very dire things. And that's why
Exactly.
I feel like, when you say we saved your life, I think the things that we did really did.
Yeah, I do. No, I mean that.
Yeah.
I mean that because, you think they had given up.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know if it's because they are
Practicing.
Well, that is number one, that they are
he
practicing.
made that very clear. Well, doctors are practicing. All doctors are practicing. So it's like trial and error with practicing medicine.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not here for no practicing person. Can I get some? Can I get some practical?
And there was you could tell that they did not look at your chart.
Yeah. When they didn't look?
No.
You knew they did. Yeah, you knew they didn't look.
There's just were like things they just did not know.
Right.
I'm like, how do you know? How not you know that?
Right.
No, I think they went and what's going on because I've seen it. I worked with
And
it
they've
too
shared
long.
with each other.
They talk to the doctor, walks up, talk to the nurse, and whatever the nurse give them, then they come in like they know what they're doing, like Wakanda Forever.
Yeah.
when he come through there and we started talking about the fungal test.
Yeah.
So he made a comment. Oh no, we only do that when a person is gravely ill. It's like, and simultaneously we all look like
this boy ain't in 2 weeks.
Right.
It's not gravely ill to you.
No. This was the good one. You're in there because of blood clots.
Mm-hmm.
She comes in the room and your legs are like laying flat.
Oh yeah, she was like, why is that elevated?
I'll see. I'm telling y'all, a lot of this stuff I don't remember.
Oh Lord.
No, even when he came from surgery, remember that was the worst nurse
ever.
Oh yeah. She didn't even speak English.
Mm-mm.
She didn't speak, and then she was new.
And for your blood transplant,
Fusion.
I'm sorry. That girl took the rest of the whatever was left and left it in the sink.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
She did.
I asked her something. She just kept on. Well, I say, see that computer right there? Use it. Pull up his chart.
Yeah.
That one there, we just went. Don't bring her in here anymore.
She is done.
Training, but she's
can't
not
train in
training
here.
on us. Not today.
Training here.
Right. That wasn't that kind of party.
Mm-mm.
I don't need you to train. That's like when people, because I've been in the hospital, not in the hospital, but going to do blood.
Yeah.
And they'll give me a trainee.
I can't do training.
I'm like, nah, I'm not that guy.
Wait, but look, let me say now. We needed to intern.
That's right, but you need to get somebody who ain't as hard as me.
Yeah.
Well, but that's again, ego, arrogance is an accomplishment. If I can get you, that's almost like that's considered like 50 sticks.
But I'm not gonna let you.
well, of course you may not, but I'm saying that's where we were with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's like 50 sticks out of I needed.
What is 50 sticks?
Well, when I was,
you have to have so many.
Oh, the game, and you just drop sticks over like that.
I hate it.
That's not what that is. No. But you know what's crazy? I was serious. I had no clue what you're talking about.
We know.
It's just you have to have. Well, when I was in school, you had to have so many.
Wait. Sticks.
Yes.
Don't worry about me, y'all. I'm serious too.
Well, and look. That's how the doctors was talking to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on. We don't know what you're talking about. Especially Wakanda.
Yeah. Yo, so you don't think we know?
But they do that often. Like when I went for my back recently, I told him I needed an MRI. Oh, he's not gonna give you an MRI. They only give MRIs if you're having a stroke. I said, well, I can't walk. I ain't having a stroke,
but I can't.
but I can't walk.
Right.
So we need an MRI.
Well,
And they gave it, but it's like it's crazy.
Mhm.
Oh, people come to the emergency room for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh, we only do this if you're this.
Mhm.
Oh, we only do this. Well, how am I gonna get it? You gonna
Right.
admit me so I could get it or what?
I walked
Right.
in, I walked in the ER with Jasmine, and when the doctor, we're in a room now. When the doctor walked in, the doctor said, "Oh, she's just depressed."
What?
That was our diagnosis.
The ER doctor, he just walked in. Oh, because you're looking at, first of all, UMC West Jefferson, they connected, so y'all probably
Right,
pulled up
LCMC.
a charts and all of this, and listening to the ambulance driver, but didn't ask her name. Didn't ask her why she was here, what her symptoms were. Not, oh, she's depressed. Tow him up. Not today.
Right.
Sir.
You got the wrong mama.
Right. So let me. I kind of want to touch this. Our family has. I want to touch the strength of our family. Our family has gone through a insurmountable amount of anguish and pain and grief, and in these last few years, and of course everybody can understand COVID. Everybody on the planet dealt with COVID or is dealing with the COVID-19 situation, but in the midst of that, we went through, and I talked about it before on another podcast, but in the midst of that, what I didn't talk about was I talked about my son.
2020.
My son's passing in 2020. He was 19. He was 25 years old. I don't know where that 19 came from. But it was March 13th. He was murdered on March 13th. And months later, can I talk about what I want to be?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're there.
Yeah. Well, I was going to ask anyway. So, my niece, my sister, Delisa's daughter, went through an ordeal that was
Terrifying.
not just terrifying,
Brutal.
man. It was brutal. It was not giving too much information on it. Because if that is, I'd like her to share her own journey. I don't want to share her journey for her, but it was something that pulled our family into another tumultuous place.
Yeah.
Where we had to deal with more anguish and understanding and misunderstanding. That's why, again, that was another time that it was important to have advocates, people that in your corner to love. Because I remember when this happened, we mounted up. We got on our horses, and it was like, and not only did we mount up, it was we mounted up in the streets too.
I don't even know how everybody got into that one place at what. It's just
Right.
like when I turned around, it's like,
Man, where y'all come from?
everybody here.
Yeah, and it was not just on the phone or whatever. We got together, and we mounted up in the streets. It was just necessary.
Yeah.
And nothing happened in the streets, people, because we couldn't.
Somebody was riding around with a bag in the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
We don't know their names.
yeah, wasn't me.
Somebody was hemmed up by the hotel for this thing.
Hello. Right. Yes, he was. Jumped out of a moving car. That might be him. Let me go. But again, it was it's the resilience of this family and that love that we have. I can't speak for anybody else.
It's the no matter what.
Yeah.
In whatever space that we're in.
Yeah.
That all of that is pushed to the side, and look, we gotta be here for each other.
Period.
Yeah. And we're gonna do what we gotta do.
And we're gonna do.
And it's important because we are making happen family. We are we're gonna knuckle up.
Right.
You know, and that's just what it's going to be. So, but with that being said, anybody got anything else?
I would say just more or less, because we're talking about advocacy, that we have to understand that family is needed.
Yeah.
For so many different reasons. They're needed to keep, I don't want to say the sick, but to keep the sick intact, keep them strong.
The sick and shut in.
To handle the doctors the way they need to be handled, to order things that need to be ordered, because they'll say one thing and we know it's something completely different. And you don't have to go up in there being renegades like Marlow and Mika did, but
good night. Not her.
But you have to go in there strong and willing to take on this task so we can be sitting here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's not, and don't take it lightly. It's not for the faint of heart.
Nah, not at all.
But that's why you have a team.
That's right.
Yeah, you don't go in alone. Mika couldn't be in there alone.
No.
I couldn't be in it alone.
No.
So yeah.
But we also have to remember that as an advocate, as a caregiver, you have to take care of yourself.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if you don't take care of yourself, you're gonna wear down.
Yeah.
Sooner than you think, and then you're gonna get sick.
And you're no good. You're no good to nobody.
No one.
That's right.
So make sure caregivers, advocates, whomever, advocate for your health, advocate for mental health. You need advocates for everything.
Yeah.
These days, we have advocates show up at the school all the time. You need to take care of yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Take some
I'm
time.
trying.
There is such a thing as caregiver burnout.
It is.
Such a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah, I can see it. I can understand it.
Yeah.
It makes perfect sense.
But I think the person you're caring for shouldn't see your burnout, because then they feel like they're burdened.
Well,
are you burning them, right?
You don't even realize you're in burnout.
Right, because caregiver burnout could look like mean, angry.
Yes, indeed.
Why you look at me like that?
A hit dog will holler. No, but it doesn't look like, oh, I'm just tired. It doesn't always look. It could look like anxiety, depression.
Yeah.
It look like depression.
Yeah, definitely.
And you may not even know.
And most of the time, caregivers don't know they're burnout.
Right.
They just feel like they're doing what needs to be done.
Absolutely.
Until it hits.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Big damn. Well, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming out and being on this whole podcast on today.
Wait, I have one more thing to say.
And my sister got one more thing to say.
I need everybody to know that the camera puts on 20 pounds.
That girl.
I'm in agreement with that.
If you haven't done so already, go ahead and if you're on YouTube right now, subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification. And I'll put up everybody's social. If you guys want your social information up, it's up right there. Well, we got it. We got it. It's up right down the screen. You just don't see it. They see it though.
I just want to shout out Delicious Cakes.
Delicious Cakes.
Anybody need a cake? Just give me a holler.
Beyond jewelry. Famous plugs, huh?
Best behavior services.
There you go. And me. I don't know what I have. Anyway, that's it. Why do I keep doing that? Anyway, again, thank y'all for being a part of the EG My Journey podcast. I am so grateful to have these phenomenal advocates, my people, my loved ones, my angels. How about that? That's my angels. You can call me Charlie from now on. And be here and come back for the next one. Remember, every Tuesday, right here, same place, same time. And I want you to keep your deuces crooked.